So, one thing I want to point out, there's actually 7 people in hospital. I'm extremely confused. Hold on, I'm gonna drink some water, and we're getting right into this game. So there is actually 7 people in hospital. Oh my god, it looks like an absolute disaster over there. Everyone is just struggling to get as many bandages. I love the, what is it, the rhyming, I guess, on these 2 names. I'd be a little cautious because they may not understand that they are actually in a 2v3 situation. They think they're catching Tony out for free, but no, it's actually a 2v3, but a beautiful ultimate from Tolkien is actually going to catch both Tony and Burning Z, but Tolkien will end up going down as Burning Z and Miracle Milk come by and sort of unload their burst as well. One OK Lock is about to get chased by Burning Z, but we have Miracle Milk from above to cut him off. He tries to bike to get away, but he ends up getting caught by the wall. That bike is not going to be doing anything. The fear coming out of Miracle Milk is going to be tagging one OK Lock, and he will end up going down. It's up to Pulte to try and get away, but he's going to run right into team number 5, Aranio and Ghost Electricity, who lost somebody early, but that doesn't mean that they can't still get a kill. At any second, if they decide to bush check over here, they will see Capuchejo and Passant. They do. With Go Boost W coming in, we see Vidify. He gets the Whiplash on a Capuchejo. That is going to be very difficult to come back from that. A beautiful pull from Vidify. He does manage to parry the Q, though, as the kill goes to Ghost Electricity. God, talk about making the most out of your poor situation. Are they going to pull the bush, or are they just going to face check it? It's a face check right into a full team. Vidify drops to half HP. The Dual Swords Rampage coming out of Waterfudge is going to do a ton of damage to Vidify and the rest of team number 1. Vidify does end up falling. Flammable is in a lot of trouble, though, as Trinity goes down. Waterfudge is low as well. Gobu about to fall. It's just Alex Ich for team number 1, and actually, Ghost Electricity is here to clean up. Everybody from that fight is down except for Alex Ich. Ghost Electricity is here to try and... Was he going to win this in a 1v3v3 situation? Alex Ich is in trouble. He's trying to get away, but Ghost Electricity is keeping him in the fight at all costs. Keep in mind, though, Jackie does have great mobility and is able to jump over the wall. I don't think Ghost Electricity can necessarily catch this, but with the beautiful arrow rain, oh, the arrow rain's going to end up missing, and Alex Ich is trying his absolute best to just run. At any moment now, if Passant comes over here and sees what's happening, Alex Ich gets hit by a... He gets hit by a Hidden Maiden. He's lost a lot of that speed. It's up for Vidify and Gobu to just try and get out of here. If you split up, Ghost Electricity cannot camp your bodies. Alex is just trying to get away, as Ghost Electricity is on the hunt, going from just a solo player to the strongest player in this lobby at the moment. An absolutely insane turnaround for team number 5. Now we have Alex Ich attempting, with only 13 seconds left on his timer, to revive one of his teammates, but I don't think this is the call. He's going to end up tying to the zone and dropping in 3rd place. 6 seconds, 5, 4, 3. Can he make it in time? He already used his dash. Alex Ich explodes to the zone, and just like that, we have Ghost Electricity with 4 kills. We have Passant, who has absolutely no idea what is going on, and now Ghost Electricity is the strongest person in this lobby. What is happening? Passant does have beautiful trap games set up right now. He does have the Mock Mine down. He does have 4 Pendulum Axes, with 1 in the bush as well. If Ghost Electricity is not careful, he will get caught. There's 1. He got the root, though. A lot of damage coming down onto Passant. I don't think it's going to matter that he has all these traps, because Passant, just like that, falls to Ghost Electricity, who takes 1st place in game number 1 with 5 kills. One of the most insane upset wins I have ever seen in my entire life. Technically, Ghost Electricity's team was one of them that lost one extremely early. And I know they did end up winning the game after all, but that's the thing. You can't rely on something like that in reality. That won't happen every game. That's more of a 1 in a million type thing. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I think these teams in general will be trying to group earlier. Ooh, a beautiful stun from Burning Z is going to be catching Capuchejo and Junior 12 as they go to revive Passant. The ultimate comes out of Miracle Milk, plus the Haymaker from Burning Z will be catching Junior 12 as he does get knocked down very quickly in this catch by Burning Z, Miracle Milk, and Tony. He was a little bit far behind, but he has a lot of items finished. However, he is going to see Ghost Electricity over here, who doesn't have a finished weapon. Aranio as well. Vidify's in a bad situation. He gets the double ultimate on 2 players. The W coming out of Gobu is going to be catching basically nobody, and the ultimate misses as well. Ghost Electricity's ult does come down. It's just Gobu and Alex Ich versus Aranio and Ghost Electricity. Keep in mind, both teams are down a player at the moment, but Aranio is basically not quite in this fight either. He is incredibly low at the moment. They might just go for the revive onto Vidify, as Ghost Electricity is trying his best to stop Gobu from reviving. Gobu puts the pressure onto Ghost Electricity as Aurelio does rest in the background, though it looks like Vidify will for sure get picked up here as Gobu drops awfully low against Aurelio. Aurelio is now on the back foot as they're trying to run away from the whole team of Alex Ich, Vidify, and Gobu. It's up to Aurelio to get away, and I don't think he quite will be able to as Alex Ich is about to get the Q onto him, and just like that, Aurelio goes down. Ooh, we're seeing these two teams getting awfully close to each other as Vidify, Flammable, these teams are getting pretty close. Gobu might be poking in with the W. There it is. A lot of damage going on to Tree. A beautiful E coming out of Vidify will be grabbing both Flammable and Tree. Tree just bikes away, does not use the bike offensively. As a result, Flammable does drop. If that bike had been used on Vidify, Alex Ich, and Gobu, it probably would have done a lot of damage, maybe have turned the fight, but no. It turns out Flammable will just be dropping instead as Tree and Waterfudge just opt to get away from this fight. They don't want any part of this. Well, it's a full team barreling right towards him right now. Yuki will be right here catching him. Tony the Slaughter. We have Miracle Milk getting the root as well, but it will actually miss as Ghost Electricity throws down the ultimate. A beautiful fear onto Miracle Milk. Miracle Milk dropping so low already to just Ghost Electricity, canceling Miracle Milk's ult. A very beautiful play. Another beautiful fear coming out of Ghost Electricity. If he manages to jump over the wall, is he gonna burst Miracle Milk right here? No, he misses the Q. And just like that, despite his beautiful play, he will end up going down. Oh, they have caught Tony. What? How did that not connect? What? Well, doesn't matter. The mispull from Vidify will actually spell, remote mines are coming down. A beautiful bait from Vidify, negating that remote mine. There's two remote mines right over this wall, though. If someone jumps over the wall, it will be them eating all of that damage. Vidify takes a ton of early damage, gets the two-person R, the two-person E, a beautiful Q, and there goes that weapon skill from Alex Ich, just like that. All of Tony the Slaughter's team just disappears. Ooh, chasing in the red. Are they gonna chase? Okay, the thing is, Vidify, he's almost out of red zone timer. Is he just gonna explode at the zone? Okay, Vidify correctly is backing up and not gonna just die. We have Waterfudge. He's down to just 6 seconds on his timer, but the camera from Gobu does come down. Waterfudge will for sure be dropping here. It doesn't matter. Waterfudge, he does end up dying, and Alex Ich does get the kill, and just like that, that is the conclusion of game number 2. Alright guys, it is time to get started on game number 3. I'm seeing that our teams are mostly opting for the same same compositions as before. Once again, similar to game 2, we only have 4 people in hospital. It's not going to be quite the same like bloodbath brawl that we had in game number 1. However, Tony, they are just rushing right towards Baggage and Aurelio. They're kind of split at the moment, and if one of them gets caught out, that'd be really bad for them, as they may end up getting into a fight with Tony, Burning Z, and Miracle Milk right here. Just like that, Ghost Electricity is dropped to half HP. A beautiful root, though, does stop Tony in his tracks, and ultimate comes back out from Ghost Electricity. We have Baggage dropping awfully low, but the ultimate is coming out for Baggage. Also, a ult charge from Aurelio is going to interrupt Burning Z's ultimate, and that Haymaker is no longer available. Ghost Electricity throws the E in, gets the fear onto Tony. Tony does end up going down, as Baggage does as well. Ghost Electricity goes for the revive, but Miracle Milk is here to try and stop it as well. Burning Z chasing back as well. They used it as a bait, as both Burning Z and Miracle Milk are dropping awfully low. Aurelio, although I gotta say, Aurelio is dropping pretty low as well. I don't think this is a revive you can necessarily get off, because both of these players can very easily interrupt this revive. Now Miracle Milk is trying to go for the revive, but unfortunately Tony was moving too much, and it self-cancels the revive from Miracle Milk. Now it's up to Okay, Aurelio, a beautiful ultimate charge right there will be used to interrupt that interrupt that revive from Miracle Milk. And just like that, we have Bag of Sprite trying to crawl to safety. Burning Z putting a ton of pressure onto these players. Ghost Electricity is trying to pull some fancy footwork to try and make sure that Miracle Milk. Oh, a beautiful fear. Oh, no. Bag of Sprite doesn't get picked up. Just like that, Miracle Milk will get the revive off. Burning Z with a beautiful charge onto that revive, canceling it right there at the last second. And just like that, it looks like Baggage will actually be staying down, will not get picked up. And Ghost Electricity and Aurelio, they're low on mana, and they are no longer able to pick up their teammate. Oh, and Aurelio's gonna drop too. No, just like that, Ghost Electricity is all by themselves once again. Yeah, Aurelio managed to just sort of not pull enough aggro and did manage to get away. Now Vidify, Alex Ich, they are they're kind of just like locking right onto Waterfudge, Flammable, and Tree, and I'm not sure if this is necessarily the right. Oh no. Oh no! Aranio, Ghost, you guys have to get out of here before you get taken down by Vidify and Alex Ich as well. Some good ult charges. Oh, that bleed though from Vidify. I don't think it's going to be enough to actually take Aranio down. What is that? The smoke screen coming down, the weapon skill for throw, trying to put some distance between Aranio and Vidify. I don't think Aranio will end up going down there, but unfortunately, Ghost Electricity opting to not go for the research center will get cut off here by Alex Ich. Alex Ich throws down the ultimate, does a ton of damage to Ghost Electricity, and Ghost, he ends up going down nonetheless, trading Aranio for Ghost. Not sure if that's necessarily a trade you wanted to make. Unfortunately, Ghost does end up going down, or potentially being caught by Tree with Flammable and Water Fudge. Vidify is all by himself. Alex Ich gets caught by Tree. The Q comes down, the slam into the wall. Alex is trying to put traps down, but I don't think he was able to before getting interrupted. A nice pull from Flammable will be catching Gobu. Gobu throws down the ultimate, but it doesn't actually connect to anyone. Tree gets chased by Gobu, does go down. Vidify throws down the pull, but it doesn't actually connect to anyone. These pendulum axes are being thrown down like crazy, but I don't think they can actually do anything with a team that has very consistently been getting good placement. They have really good ratting abilities, which is... that's not even a diss towards them. That's actually a good thing. We have Gobu, Alex Ich, and Vidify catching Tree Flammable and Water Fudge. It looks like Tree ends up going down, but Pulte and Tulki might be here to third party this. Vidify does go down. Alex Ich and Gobu are currently on the back foot, throwing down remote lines like crazy. Pulte taking a ton of damage, but Vidify, he's just trying to crawl into the safe zone of these remote mines. Over here on the bottom side, we have Water Fudge trying to third party. This could be another situation where Alex Ich, Gobu, and Vidify end up getting third party. Flammable is picking up Tree. Tree is back up, but Vidify is still down. Having not finished Tree earlier could punish them greatly, but it looks like they did manage to get picked up in the end. It's back to a 3v3. We have Vidify dropping very low. Water Fudge is putting a ton of pressure onto Vidify. He ends up dropping, but Tree drops as well. It's back to a 2v2. Excuse me. Flammable gets absolutely annihilated by those remote mines. Now it's Gobu and Alex Ich attempting to pick up Vidify while Water Fudge tries to 2v1? Like, what? There's so much going on from so many different teams here. It's hard to keep track of who's who. Pulte and Tulki, the two-man team, they're still alive. They're putting some pressure onto Tree and Flammable. It looks like Alex Ich, Gobu, and Vidify did manage to get picked back up, and a beautiful pull by Vidify onto Tulki pulls him right into some remote mines, which is a absolutely fantastic D-skill coming out of the Lenox player on Alex Ich, Gobu, and Vidify's team. So, despite getting down like 2 or 3 times, we have Alex Ich, Gobu, and Vidify still with more remote mines. All 3 of them alive. We have Flammable, Water Fudge, and Tree. All of them alive. What is happening with these teams? They have somehow survived from the brink of death so many times, but if you thought it couldn't get any crazier, we have 7 seconds left before everything is restricted to just this final square. We have Water Fudge, Flammable, and Tree taking the top side of the square, while we have Alex Ich, Gobu, and Vidify on the bottom side. A beautiful pull from Vidify onto Tree right into the remote mines. It triggers them all, but it will not actually do any damage. The Smart Bomb's doing a ton of damage to Tree as he goes very low. We have Alex Ich throwing out the Dual Swords Rampage, but it doesn't quite connect with anyone significant. With Tony the Slaughter on the bottom side, just trying to hang up by the suitcase. He would like to pack his bags and go somewhere else, anywhere, but here it looks like Tree is dropping very low, and he will end up going down. Yes, right there at the end, Gobu with a beautiful 3-person ultimate tags all 3 members of Team 2. But just like that, it's just Vidify alive. We have Tony the Slaughter, the sole person on his team. Vidify also the only person left, but Flammable and Water Fudge, they're still a 2-man team. Flammable, a beautiful pull onto Vidify. Vidify does not trade back in change, and just like that, Vidify, Gobu, and Alex Ich will end up going down. But Tony, he is very strong as these 2 remaining members are incredibly low. But can he do enough damage to end up finishing the 1v2? It doesn't look like it's going very well. Oh, just like that, Water Fudge goes down, but Tony in the end will fall to Flammable. And just like that, we have the conclusion of Group D, game number 3. One thing I am excited to see is that Xerath is playing Sniper Aya. Not something we see a ton in squad play, not necessarily something that we know Xerath for in the first place. To me, Xerath is more of a Jackie player, so I'm excited to see Xerath bringing out Sniper Eye. I'm curious if they've been labbing something in particular, what they're going to bring. It looks like Proster and Averse are trying to get sort of a feel for whether or not someone is going for Wick at the moment. They don't realize that I'm Luva and Circadia and Xerath are sitting here waiting to gatekeep them and try and catch them before they have a chance to do anything. Proster pushing a little too far ahead, getting himself caught by Xerath. Or sorry, by I'm Luva, and now the ultimate comes down after the stun from Magnus, and excuse me, Proster will be dropping pretty much immediately. Sella in this game. Oh, the bike coming out from Sepulus, engaging onto Zared. Ooh, but unfortunately the wall goes in the wrong direction as Companion ends up dropping very quickly, but a nice combination between the Hyunwoo and the Sylvia combo onto both I'm Luva and Circadia did a lot of damage. Honestly, Circadia did go down and I'm Luva dropped very low, but in the end it is Zared, I'm Luva, and Circadia, the team that has been wiping the lobby so far. Averse takes a lot of damage. The bike does a lot of damage. The ult comes out, and Averse just instantly dies. GG. Game number 1 goes to I'm Luva, Circadia, and Zared. As we're loading into game number 2, I want to point out that there are, honestly, not that many roster changes. We're seeing pretty much the same character choices from all these groups. That being said, we are seeing one less Hyejin. I'm trying to remember who. It was Mike Young. Mike Young was on Hyejin last game and is instead opting to be on Jackie this game. Every single group is grouped at the moment. We have Sepulus running into Kadabubu. Shabu is right here as well, and Danster is not far behind. Throws out the E. It doesn't quite connect. Companion also throwing out a W, which also doesn't quite connect, but the Q does. Danster is taking a decent amount of damage as Sepulus decides it's time to chase Danster. The E-bike combo, W, Q, doing a ton of damage to Danster as Danster does end up dropping to Sepulus, Rusei, and Companion. Ooh. We're seeing a lot of our teams converging right here on Deus XM and iHeartPie's position as they make some noise on this board. It is no secret anymore where their location is, and now Proster, Monkey Got Crit, and Averse are trying to grab them here. A nice root comes out of Averse. It does end up tagging iHeartPie. The root also, the chain, it applies from Proster onto iHeartPie, and he will end up falling. Now it's up to Proster, Monkey Got Crit, and Averse to see if they can withstand this third party coming out of Rusei, Companion, and Sepulus. Companion takes a lot of damage from Averse's Shuriken skill on the ground as the a beautiful pull from Companion does grab Proster. Proster is getting the haymaker thrown on him by Rusei, but it does get interrupted by Averse's fear. Rusei and Companion are both down. It's just up to Averse, Monkey Got Crit, and Proster to end up cleaning up that fight. Good fight from Averse, Monkey Got Crit, and Proster, but now Deus XM, iHeartPie, he did get picked back up by Deus, and now it's up to them to try and third party this. I don't think they're quite low enough for them to end up cleaning up this kill, but at the end of the day, they do manage to grab, I don't know, I guess free materials off these bodies because they ended up pushing off Averse, Proster, and Monkey Got Crit off of their kills. Right now, all of our, well, not quite all of them, but most of our teams are actually congregating all the way up here in Avenue. Circadia is cut off from the rest of his team as Averse, Proster, and Monkey Got Crit do end up catching I'm Luva and Zared. The root does connect onto Zared as Zared falls immediately in the fight before he can even finish his ultimate. Averse throws out the ultimate to try and get more damage in, but it looks like there's no one here left to fight. But that being said, we have Mike Young coming in from the south side. We have Celicus doing a lot of damage, and Fevinite. Honestly, Monkey Got Crit is kind of low on HP, and Averse, he doesn't have his ultimate available. He already used it in that fight. I'm pretty sure Proster did as well. Yes, Team 3, all their ultimates are currently down as Celicus, Monkey Got, or sorry, oh, beautiful ultimate coming out of Fevinite. That will be putting a lot of pressure on Monkey Got Crit. Monkey Got Crit does end up falling. Averse, this may be revenge for Mike Young as Averse does end up falling. Ooh, Mike Young wants to make sure he gets the kill this time. He is not letting him get away. Proster in a lot of trouble as Celicus ends up putting the pressure. God, Averse does end up falling to Fevinite, Mike Young, and Monkey Got Crit, and just like that, we only have one full team left in Group E, game number 2. We have Kadabubu getting very close, sorry, Kadabubu and Shabu getting very close to I'm Luva and Circadia. The ultimate does whiff from I'm Luva, but Shabu is very low. The ultimate from I'm Luva also does whiff. The beautiful ultimate from the side from Kadabubu will be locking down, what's his name, Circadia for just a moment. Ooh, it does look like I'm Luva and Circadia are getting kited here quite efficiently by Shabu and Kadabubu, but a beautiful W from Circadia will be doing a ton of damage to both of these players. Shabu drops off a little, but Kadabubu, despite all of this, is very high HP still. Circadia trying to get a little bit of distance. He's down to just 200 HP, and he will end up falling into that down state. They are committing to this with 17 seconds left on this zone. These players are going to be forced to be taking a lot of red zone time very soon as I'm Luva is trying his best to just get away. Can he make it out? 6 seconds left. Oh, with just 10 seconds, there's no way. I'm Luva is going to be... Oh, I'm sorry, I'm Luva. 5 seconds left as school closes as well. 3, 2, 1, and Luva ends up going down, and that means that Circadia will be eliminated as well. Shabu and Kadabubu, they do manage to get back into the zone. These players are going to be moving into the final square. Will Proster move? No. He understands that by staying here, AFK, okay, well, he is actually at his keyboard. By staying here AFK, he is not drawing aggro immediately. Shabu and Cuddy Boo, they have less time on their timer, so if they enter first, they're likely to draw the aggro of Selikis, Fevi Knight, and Mike Young. By playing this very safe and entering the square very late, he is trying to secure that second place placement. It looks like, though, Shabu and Cuddy Boo are not being pressured enough by Selikis and Mike Young, and this may end up backfiring for Proster. Proster gets the D skill from Shabu, and he's jumping right into all these traps. Despite his patience, he will end up falling first. Shabu goes down second. Now it's just up to Mike Young and Selikis. And of course his teammate Fevi Knight to clean up this fight. It's just Cuddy Boo left, and just like that, it is Mike Young, Selikis, and Fevi Knight taking game number 2. GG. Only the top 2 groups advance, so it is still extremely close and still anyone's game. We saw that Mike Young's team did end up getting first place in that last game, but since their kill count wasn't as high as the other previous winners of their games had been, they basically don't get that many points for it. First place is worth a lot, but it's not worth, you know, it's not enough to dethrone someone who has almost double your kills throughout the entire group. And just like that, guys, it's time to get into the final game. Ooh, but right here on the backside, we do see Zared, Imluva, and Circadia engaging onto Sepolis, who does get caught. The ultimate does come down from Companion. It does hit both players, but they are not running. They are not moving at the moment, and it looks like a beautiful amount of damage coming out of Ruse, doing a ton of damage to Circadia. Combine that with Companion's initial burst, it looks like Circadia does go down, but Imluva, he does have the chance to get the revive on Circadia, and it looks like it's just going to be Companion being forced to run away. So it looks like we're having Zared, Imluva, and Circadia getting awfully close to iHeartPie, Dooney, and Daze XM. Ooh, these teams are getting pretty close. You see that big burst coming out of Zared. He unfortunately does whiff the W, though. Between the ultimate from Yuki and the pressure from iHeartPie, Zared's in a lot of trouble, but iHeartPie ends up falling first. The W from Daze does sort of push Luva back briefly, but here comes the bike. Big damage coming out of that bike. It does put a ton of pressure onto Dooney and Deus XM. Both these players forced to just run away. The slam comes down. The Q comes down from Imluva, and just like that, Dooney will fall. It's just Deus XM trying his best to kill Imluva before anything else can happen. Imluva does end up falling. It's Zared and Circadia versus Deus XM. Can Deus pull off the crazy 1v2? The Caltrops do drop. Deus does press a W. Oh! Does not pull it off with just a sliver of HP, 40 HP on Circadia, only 200 on Zared. Honestly, kind of getting really close to Shabu, Dancer, and Cuddy Boo, but they're kind of patient in this bush. They might be able to catch them as they go for this console. A beautiful ultimate comes out from Cuddy Boo. That is the fight beginning right then and there. The ultimate drops from Shabu. A lot of damage being put onto Zared. Zared does end up falling with the reactivation from Dancer. Now we have just Circadia and Imluva to clean this up as Shabu does end up going down. These two players are doing a ton of damage on Cuddy Boo. He's just trying to stall. He manages to live with 70 HP. They're trying to interrupt this revive, but I don't think they'll be able to. Shabu does end up getting picked up, but as a result, in trade, Dancer does end up going down. That is another kill for Zared, Imluva, and Circadia. Actually, it looks like Imluva's team is getting very close to Mike Young, who will be bush checking at the exact same time as they hit it. No. Oh. He walked right back into it, but with the jump away, that means he does not get stunned there by the Magnus stun. He tries to just ult to put some... Nope. It will not be enough. Mike Young ends up falling to Imluva, Circadia, and Zared. It's up to Selikis to try and win it 1v3, but I'll be honest, guys, I don't think he can. I got a bad feeling about this one. I don't think this is Selikis' fight. Right now, we're having Monkey God Crit and Circadia, our last two full teams, engaging on each other as Circadia does get jumped on by Proster. The ultimate does get thrown down by Averse. A ton of damage. Monkey God Crit does end up falling. The reactivation from Proster will be dropping Circadia. Now it's a 2v2 between these two teams. Imluva and Zared versus Proster and Averse. Proster dropping awfully low, and Averse is no longer has access to any sort of ultimate to keep him in this fight. Ooh, Imluva cancels the rebound onto Circadia for whatever reason. Now Imluva is in a lot of trouble. They will not have Circadia coming up in this fight, and Averse is in a position to stop any revives on Circadia. Imluva does end up dropping, and it is just up to Zared to 1v2 against Averse and Proster. Oh no, they see him. No, Zared, run! He throws the ultimate. Is it enough? He's playing Sniper ISO. Probably not. Zared does go down to Proster, Averse, and Monkey God Crit. Another good cleanup kill by... Okay, we have both of our solo players. Oh, Cuddy Boo trying to hide in the corner. We'll be seeing Selikis. How will they respond? Dun dun. They're fighting. Okay, Cuddy Boo taking a ton of damage from Selikis in this final 1v1, the battle of the second place. This is the fight of the ages. We have a beautiful ultimate coming out from Cuddy Boo. Selikis, in the end, will end up falling to Cuddy Boo. There's no, like, there's actually no... Oh, the explosive chest, dude. What if Oliver versus team just ended up dying in the red zone? Like, some absolutely crazy upset. Nah, Kaibu was gonna fall. And that will be it. Game number 3, the final round of Group E, will go to Proster of Verse, and Monkey got crit. DDC DVD is probably one of the best Squad Magnuses, if not currently the best Squad Magnus currently in the game. Shall say he is a very dominant ISOL player. You saw him a lot in the solo tournament. He also has been very good off of off of tournament streams as well. Also, Mage 8, one of the best Kiaras, if not currently the best Kiara in the game. Ooh, Aisu seems to have caught 7 Strike over here, already taking him to half HP. Sleeping Lion should be able to maintain the chase. 7 Strike throws down the ultimate, but it's not going to be enough as he does end up going down to Sleeping Lion. But Team 6 is right here, ready to third party. Pi, with the ultimate ready to go, it looks like it's not going to be enough as Kalshrun takes the brunt of it, but he's still going to be alive and able to fight. Cryowolf does end up taking down Sleeping Lion. It's just Aisu left for their team. It's a 1v1 situation, and Cryowolf is trying to interrupt the teleport. Aisu, though, is in very good shape health-wise, as Cryowolf will end up falling, and that is team number 4 that ends up wiping all of Team 6. Could be a big convergence on these two teams. Unfortunately, DDC DVD is pretty far away, and Xiaosei just turns the corner right into all 3 of them. Aisu throws down the ultimate. It doesn't seem to connect with anyone, as Xiaosei is now the focus of their attention. The bike does come in from DDC DVD, and a huge amount of damage is being dealt to the entire team of Team 4. Sleeping Lion is relatively low, but it looks like Mage 8 and DDC DVD are the ones on the back foot here, as 2 players have already dropped. Mage 8 is the only player left, and he has to just try and get away. Kalshrun, Aisu, and Sleeping Lion are just absolutely wiping the floor with every other team in this lobby. They're already up to 8 kills to their name. And aside from them, we just have 2 full teams. And I don't know how they're going to be able to do anything. It looks like Nisijay, Silver Ace, and Tomsorcer will be finding Kalshrun, Sleeping Lion, and Aisu. A beautiful D-Steal from Kalshrun. There goes the ultimate, and just like that, the entire team just falls over. Just like how are they even supposed to fight against them with that massive mastery lead in favor of Sleeping Lion, Kalshrun, and Aisu? Just like that. It's just 3v3, and of course the 3 I'm referring to are 3 solo players trying to play for placement and get as many points as they can, despite... Oh, someone's TPing in. Oh, it got canceled. That was actually really scary. For whoever that was, I'm happy for them that it got canceled. Yeah, he's going to use it right now to TP. He sees them on the console. He'll be ending up... Oh, no! Mage 8, no! Mage 8 TP'd from here to there. Not what you want to see. Mage 8, unfortunately, receiving the full pain from Sleeping Lion, Kalshrun, and... well, I guess Isu's not even there. But in any case, Mage 8 will end up falling. It is just... Rocky Dio's turn to die. That kill will also go over to Aisu, Kalshrun, and Sleeping Lion. An absolutely dominating performance by team number 4 at the end of game 1. If that game alone wasn't enough to qualify them for the semis, I would be absolutely shocked, as a 14 kill first place victory is like an insane number of points. Though, that being said, 7 Strike is in a lot of hot water at the moment, as Cryowolf goes into the bike mode to try and track down 7 Strike. 7 Strike does not have his weapon finished, but unfortunately for him, Pi does. A beautiful dash onto him is going to do a lot to give him some distance, but the ultimate does come down from Pi, and it's going to be doing a lot of damage to 7 Strike. 7 Strike does end up falling. Rocky Dio, also pretty low, but a beautiful haymaker from Christian. Oh my god, double slam on both Ellison and Pi. Will be knocking down Pi with that wonderful Hyunwoo ultimate. Look at those spell amp items. Pi gets picked up, and I think he instantly goes back down once again. No, he doesn't. No, he never got picked up to begin with, but Ellison in a lot of trouble. Rocky Dio also down at the moment and in a lot of trouble. Somewhere else on the map, we have Sleeping Lion, Aisu, and Kalshrun catching Silver Ace and Nissi J. It looks like Christian RS just ended up getting out in the end there, and they will be securing 2 kills for free, and that's going to be it, I guess. Nissi J, Silver Ace. These 2 players will end up falling, as only Tomster is alive for their team. There's an entire team set up here, ready to catch Tinshinhan as he has to come in. Oh, this is not where you want to be positionally. And just like that, Tinshinhan will be wiped out. Oh, but Pi, Ellison, and Crywolf, they see this as an opportunity to engage because, honestly, Tenshinhan did a little bit of damage before he went down. The pendulum axes do drop. Xiaosei probably has more traps behind this as well. Pi jumps in. A beautiful ultimate catches both Meijei and DDC DBD. Ooh, we see half of Team 6 at half HP. Meijei drops the ultimate. The bite comes in from DDC DBD. A huge amount of AoE damage, but he will end up falling before he gets the chance to spin. A ton of damage coming back over onto Pi. Xiaosei is still full HP, but then again, so is Ellison. Crywolf is not too bad himself in terms of HP. This fight looks like it's going to be going to Team 3 as DDC DBD is here on the floor. As Meijei and Xiaosei are forced to not be able to get back in. We also see Isu's team ready to clean them up if anyone tries to go through Research Center, but it looks like it's not going to be that way. Meijei will fall as Xiaosei has already dropped to the ground, and just like that, Meijei, he actually gets away, but does he? Does he really? Yes, he in fact does end up falling. Oh, this is it. Cryo-Wolf does end up dropping to Isu, Sleeping Lion, and Kalshrun as they bring the beautiful third party. They saw a million pings up here at the top side of Forest. 5 seconds remain. These players know there's no stealthing left to do. They know they have to commit. Pi, he engages, but he gets caught by the pendulum axe. The ult comes down. It whiffs entirely. Kalshrun, he drops the ultimate, and just like that, Pi, he ends up falling. Isu, Kalshrun, Sleeping Lion. They take game 2, continuing their win streak into game 2. All right, guys, it's time to get into our final game. Oh my god, today has been such a wild journey, and I am excited to announce that, I mean, announcing is sort of a weird way to say it, but we have Xiaosei, DDC DBD, and Meijei. They are changing it up. They're swapping up their strategy. They're dropping ISIL. Yeah, that's the name of the character. They're dropping ISIL, instead opting for Sicela Magnus Lenox. But keep in mind, guys, Isu's team is not far away. This could turn into an all-out brawl at any moment. Also, there is this bamboo trap, probably alerting Sleeping Lion to this team's whereabouts. So now they are aware that they're there, but they're going to be walking right into Meijei, DDC DBD, and Xiaosei. Sleeping Lion gets caught. A good initial damage comes in, but it looks like Meijei's going to be falling very low, very early. The ultra from Kalshrun does come out as Meijei does end up falling. DDC DBD is down. This is actually huge. If Meijei's team ends up falling here, there's a good chance there's no way they'll be able to qualify for the finals. Yeah, Xiaosei has sort of seen this as a hopeless opportunity. He cannot pick up his teammates as Kalshrun is able to just do so much damage in there in that fight. And yeah, it looks like Meijei, DDC DBD, they end up going down. Ooh, while I was gone, it turns out there was a fight between Silver Ace, Tomster, Nisijay, and of course Isu's team with Kalshrun and Sleeping Lion. Right there at the end, it looks like Silver Ace did end up going down, and it is a full squad wipe. On the other side of the map, though, we do have Cryo-Wolf getting an engagement against Tenshinhan and Ambabaz. Looks like Cryo-Wolf will end up going down, and as Ellison just opts to run away. Guys, you picked a fantastic time to all start fighting after like 5 minutes of not being here. Shouts out. Okay. We now are down to just our final 3 teams of this lobby. We have Kalshrun, Isu, and Sleeping Lion. They are still a full squad. We have Ambabaz, Tenshinhan. I told you not to sleep on these guys. They are very strong at the moment, despite the fact that they are only 2 players. Ellison with the polymorph plus the shuriken skill dropping there, trying to do a lot of damage to Tenshinhan and honestly taking him to half HP, doing a pretty dang good job. But unfortunately for him, Ambabaz is right here on the back foot. He has the beautiful pull. That was actually gorgeous play there. And of course, with that will be the end of Ellison, as Ellison does go down to Tenshinhan and Ambabaz. Isu versus Tenshinhan. Tenshinhan gets knocked up. A lot of damage trades onto him. He tries to go back for the re-engage. Oh, but he is just going to try and run away. Ambabaz throws down all that he can, but in the end, it will not be enough against Kalshrun's absolutely massive Shukai. They're going to go for the 1v1. Sleeping Lion.
who will be the better Sylvia in this situation. Unfortunately for Tenshinhan, he's already fairly low at the start of this fight, but I respect them letting him go for the 1v1. This Sylvia battle, Tenshinhan is sort of sitting there going, I have no fuel, I have nothing I can do, and in the end, it will be Sleeping Lion taking down Tenshinhan right here at the end of game number 3, concluding Group F.
누군가가 연쇄 처치 중입니다.